Hey there, Pajama Grandma Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with What's She Up To Now. I'm just documenting the journey of going from traditional corporate life or traditional business ownership and brick and mortar businesses to online or working on the internet, working remotely in my pajamas. Sorry, every once in a while, I obviously set alarms. I set alarms and I do it because I forget to do things otherwise. For example, for my health, I need to set alarms, and I have got alarms set on my phone to remind me to take my medication, my supplements, and my vitamins so that I take good care of myself, because that hasn't always been a priority in my life. I am actually sipping out of this beautiful cup that my sister gave me for house sitting. She bought me this wonderful cup one day, and I just love it. I wasn't going to use it. I was just going to use it as a decoration because I think it's so pretty. And then today I thought, haven't been feeling great this week, been a little bit under the weather. And I think that's because as we're moving toward what it is that we want, as I'm moving toward what it is that I want anyway, the universe and the world kind of gives me challenges. And unfortunately, my body and my brain create physical challenges when I'm moving toward what it is that I want. I'm sure it's because of out of fear and limiting beliefs. I was going to say I don't know, but the fact is I do know what does work and doesn't work in my life. I just don't always want to pay attention to it. So I am noticing this week that as I'm stepping forward and doing more and moving really fast into my online businesses and development of those online businesses, or I'm trying to make it one online business, but I've got this entrepreneurial brain that's always got to have about 6 things going on at the same time. Now, you would think that I learned already that 6 businesses is too many for me personally to be involved in at a time. That is, again, my limiting belief. But last time I was involved in that many, I actually had a sudden cardiac arrest because I was, doing too much, running too much, stretching myself too thin, and not taking care of myself at all. So many lessons learned. Hindsight's always 20/20. Love that. But I actually experience physical symptoms and challenges when I'm stretching and moving and growing. So for right now, and it's been for a while, magnifying glass, because my challenges actually rest in my eyes, or my physical things manifest with eye and vision problems. I can't see out of my left eye, so whenever I'm stressed or I'm doing something new or I'm growing, my eyes act up and I have a challenge with my eyes. Now, I need to work on killing that limiting belief because it's not serving me very well. And it's really a challenge and difficult to get everything done when you're doing a lot of computer work and online stuff and close work and small work and books with a magnifying glass. I get it done, it takes me a little longer. And there's certain things that I just don't do because it's harder. So that's a little bit of a secret as to why I started doing video and documenting my journey with video, because I usually like to write everything down in books and journals, but I can't read them. So if I want to write something down, so for example, a list, I have to get my magnifying glass out or find my magnifying glass, which I've got one in every room right now, in order to read it and then find something. It just takes longer and it's harder. So it's easier to just document my journey of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it on video. And it also gets me more comfortable talking about what I'm doing, sharing what I'm doing on video. So challenges. That is some of my physical challenges. And then just this time of the year, as the weather's changing all the time, that challenges me physically as well because it shows up in my life as more inflammation. But remember, our physical being and our health is only one component of us. Part of what keeps me going is I keep my mind healthy. I'm always reading books. I'm always studying new things. Yesterday was like a crazy, crazy day. There were webinars all day, which I couldn't catch particularly a lot of because I was doing my own. I was working with a team on a really exciting project that they're doing, that we're creating the webinar for, and we're systematizing and getting all the structures and the pieces in place that they need to make that an awesome product that they can share with more people. We were up till midnight working on that, and so maybe that's part of why I'm tired today. And then I interviewed a marvelous lady, and we're going to be doing a webinar next Wednesday about hair analysis and how she uses hair analysis to then coach people nutritionally on what they need. And I am super excited to bring her to my audience of chronic pain people, because I know that the work she does can help a lot of people, because a lot of times the source of our pain is not what we think it is. And so nutrition can be a huge component of that. I found that in my own personal experience. And I think that a lot of people that are impacted by chronic pain will find too that there's little things that we can do that make massive changes in how we experience and how we feel pain and other things. So that's what I'm working on today. Today I'm working on that. And again, I have been playing really small. Like when I noticed that today is day 90 of documenting my new adventure, of course, the first thing that pops into my head is, well, why haven't you done all these things yet? You know, set these little goals, and why haven't you achieved them and much, much more already? Well, because I'm not ready yet. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. We try to rush things and wish they'd happen sooner than they have, but they can't. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen and for a reason. And I just remind myself of that, because my initial thought is to beat myself up and say, well, why aren't you there yet? Why haven't you done this yet? Why haven't you figured out Instagram yet? Why haven't you figured out how to share all the videos that you've made for chronic painkillers prescriptions yet? Why don't you have that whole process mapped out and done? Why aren't you helping more people achieve their goals yet? You know, and the list goes on and on and on. And I can wallow in that, or I can just turn that off like flipping a switch and say, nope, I'm exactly where I should be. What's next? And if I just keep focusing on what is next, what is the next most, and not just what's next, what is the next most important thing I need to do to move me toward the goals and objectives that I set for myself with respect to creating my online businesses. And so I'm working on that today. I encourage you to go out and do your next thing. What is the next thing that you need to do that will give you the most impact in what it is that you want to accomplish? That's it for today. Make it an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow with what I'm up to now and a little bit more about my new adventure. Bye.